So the easy way to rank on the first page of Google. SEO basics for filmmakers and writers. I was able to get my books and movies on the first page of Google almost immediately, and I'm going to explain how I did in this video. I was lucky enough to have an old friend become an SEO expert, and so they were able to spend some time with me and kind of show me the behind the scenes of the way things work online. Um, what I'm going to explain doesn't require any money, although you can use it. It doesn't require much time, and it's mainly just some strategic titling, and then like what to do after that. So if that's what you want to know, then you're at the right place. Just like and subscribe to help me out, and then we'll just jump right in. So there's four primary parts to this. I'll just call it a method, but it's basically keyword ranking research, and then titling your project, and then also how to titling adequately the videos, articles, and pages that you're going to create based upon the book or movie, and then managing the online real estate that you own. So that's the internal and external links on your social media and website, and then backlinks, which are the links to other sites that link to your property. So this is like press or media that links to your book or movie or whatever. So like to repeat that, it's basically research, titling your project based off that research, and then taking control of your own real estate, and then taking control of real estate that links to your real estate. Though anything that you probably look up, I'll probably say something similar to this, but I'm gonna like narrow it down to exactly how it works with titling your project and what to do. So step one is basically you're going to use a tool that allows you to look up keyword ranking. So like I use SpyFu, that's free. It's free up to a certain amount of data. Like you can look up the like top whatever it is, certain amount. It's enough to where what you're trying to do you can do for free. But there's you can either pay for it to see more data, or you can use another website called SEMrush, which is quite expensive, but it's worth it if you're releasing books back after back or something like that, or doing a whole lot of stuff, videos or something like that. You'll want to pay for it. It's worth it. But what these websites allow you to do is see the amount of monthly traffic on a specific keyword that is searched in Google or a phrase. And this is helpful in two ways, because depending on the word, the something that's searched is either popular or unpopular, and you can use that to your advantage. So like in the example of a title, which I'll go into a bit later, that you'll want to find a title that's unused yet has keywords that are searched a lot, which is rare, but that's the whole point of this digging. You want to find the gold at the end of digging in this mine, is finding what's popular yet not used yet, which seems obvious, but this is how you actually figure that out. It's not just like literally going on Google and trying to find things. It's like look at what people are searching, and then like go back and forth to try and figure out like what's been done, but not in a certain order, because you can figure that out with the data. So you're going to use these keywords to title your project. So like in a real world example of how to go about this, it's like this. So the word shark you'll find is a highly searched word, and because it's a popular word, it's a good one to use in your title to draw eyes to your project. And it's popular for a reason. Sharks are scary and ancient, and it's a real life monster. However, it's so common that simply titling your project Shark is pretty much going to guarantee you'll never be seen. You'll definitely not be ranked on Google. There's just simply too much other stuff that's credible and relevant that's going to beat you out, like because it's just such a common thing. So your next job is to basically find a neighboring word or series of words to place before or after shark that's going to draw eyes, yet is relatively unsearched and isn't a repeat of another title. And people do this all the time. This is why you see movies that are called Ghost Shark or Three-Headed Shark Attack. It's not just because of, there was probably some strategy in titling that, and they maybe like started there before they even made the movie. It's like what hasn't been done in the shark category, that kind of thing. Um, and then you'll want to go check Google on or, um, or other search engines like DuckDuckGo and Bing to make sure that your title is completely original. So then you'll actually go on to um, Google and you can use a website called isearchfrom.com, literally like isearchfrom.com, and you can basically cancel out your own like research data. It's as if you're looking up something from anywhere in the world with basically a blank slate, and you can actually see like how things really look, and you can see um, is your title actually original if someone else is looking at it. And this might be one of the biggest factors to getting your title to rank on the front page of Google once you get some backlinks. Is the originality of the title. Has it ever been done before? If you're the only one that's doing it and someone searches it, you're going to pop up to the top. So this is another reason you're starting to see more titles that aren't simply words, but they're actually like full phrases or even full sentences. I'm one of the people that's absolutely guilty of this. It's one of the main reasons my book was so easily searchable and it was at the top of the Google immediately, is because once I went live and it was on enough sites, which didn't take that many, it went straight to the top because it's such a long and strange yet somehow familiar title that sets the tone for the story. And the title I'm talking about is "It Eats What Feeds It." It's not genius. It has like its drawbacks, but it's a little hard to remember. It sounds weird, which is both good and bad. But it's original and it's one of a kind, so it has great SEO. It gives off a horror vibe too, without sounding cheesy. They're so easy to There's only so many times you can call something like with the same four words in it, but. Anyway, there's a ton of other examples, like a girl walks home alone at night is one. Landmine goes click. Atlantis wasn't built for tourists. The nice house on the lake. The me you love in the dark, and so on. It's probably annoying at this point how many there are that are like that, but that's the game we play. Once something works, we tend to repeat the process and follow the trends. There's another way of doing this, and that's finding words that are similar to what you're producing that may have less traffic but are still interesting. For example, like you might try to use the word mega or massive instead of big, and like look up which one gets more traffic, which ones use less in titles. So you maybe use mega ship instead of or vice versa. Like instead of calling something mega ship, you might try calling it ship mega. Sometimes like a switch up can make a difference, or adding the to something, or making something plural. So what might have been originally called big ships, and then all of a sudden if you switch things around and call it the ship mega, it might have better SEO. Those obviously aren't good titles, but it explains the point I'm trying to get across at least. But after that, once you basically come up with a title based upon like your research, you then the next step is basically creating websites and social media for your book or movie or project, and link all of your sites to each other. Everything you create, you want to create links to everything else you create, so that you're basically creating a web of links to everything that you own. It just, I don't know why or how it works, but it's just like the web just helps things grow. It's basically like the more you know, the more you know, the more you learn, the more you know, or whatever. It's just like an exponential growth kind of thing. So now that you have a catchy original title with good keywords, you'll want to build a website. I can do a different video on that if needed, but I feel like at this point it's about as easy as creating a social media page. There's Wix, there's Squarespace, there's good old WordPress. It's all affordable. Even like if you wanted a premium site, like you can do it for $100 a year or something like that, and that includes a domain plus email, automated emails, and everything you'd ever want. you need a website either for your project or for like your company or your like author page or something like that, and then an additional one for each one of your projects. That can seem a little redundant or extreme if you make a lot, but in a general sense, that is what you want to do. You want to create as much as you can. And then, in addition to your website, you'll then want to create social media pages and a YouTube page and start posting trailers and like promotional material, and then just like TikToks, Instagram, Twitter, all that, and just like posting videos of you holding your product and talking about it, like everything you can that then when you put in the metadata for what that video is, it's in there, that title. And if that title is unique and unusual, all of a sudden you have 10 things that are linking to this one titled thing. You can get to the top almost right away with your own stuff. And then in addition to like your own like social media and websites, there's other sites that you can look up that will allow you to basically submit your project to kind of add them to their own archives. And what I'm talking about is like, like local author sites, or just like promote, if you write in science fiction, there's science fiction websites to post your stuff on. Especially if you're like self-published or something like that, or an indie filmmaker. There's all kinds of people that are trying to like cross promote each other. You'll want to get on all that stuff. Which brings me to the next step. It's like, so after you've posted on real estate you owned, and that includes like trailers and stuff like that on YouTube, you'll next want to reach out to blogs and what we might call the press or media. And you'll want to get articles written and people to write reviews for your things, because once you get a little bit of that, those build backlinks to your stuff. So like whenever you reach out to these people, you're going to send them your data, and you're going to tell them exactly like when that article is done, what page to link to. And it's usually directly to like buy your thing or watch your movie or something like that. And this is key. It's the main reason even bad reviews are helpful in the long run, because reviews give backlinks to your project, and backlinks are web pages that link directly to something you own that you can control, and the stuff you own can change, and even if that changes, the other websites and the articles and the reviews are always going to link to something you own. So even as you change over time, and those pages stay the same, they'll still be up to date once they get to what you own. And anyway, the more backlinks you have, the more credibility and merit the search engines give to the pages that you want to rank. And like I was saying earlier, and then whenever you are done with all this, you'll want to test out and with iSearchFrom.com to see what things actually look like with a clean state without all your embedded search data. Because you're looking at things from your own computer, because there's like cookies, or the history is like saved. It can like alter or distort what a search from somebody else would actually look like. And so it might look like your thing is at the top of Google or searched often because you are searching it often. So that's why you'll want to clean it off and see what it looks like for other people. I hope that kind of wasn't either too broad or too already known to everybody and is actually somewhat new information, but whatever. That's about what I know. So like and subscribe if it was helpful at all. Otherwise, thanks. See ya.